only thing I ever remember that it was a personal thing was I ran a quarterback sneak or something, and one of the players on the other team, who I knew was a steroid guy, he got his hand up under my face mask and is like digging his claws into my face. And I'm shaking it off. You know, you're stuck, and you finally get out of there. And we go at it a little bit on the field. And so afterwards, someone asked me what the altercation was about. I said, well, he just had a little roid rage under the pile or whatever. Ooh. I wound up getting sued.
Yeah. Flutie versus Stegall.
Flutie versus Stegall. It is the studio sessions. The guys are here. There's Doug Flutie, our quarterback. There's Milt Stegall.
We've dressed it up a little bit. The studio sessions. Yes,
we have collared shirts on.
Oh, my gosh. We're big time.
Real microphones. Huh?
Real microphones, the whole deal. We're not worried about lighting. We're not worried about
IT stuff.
Oh, hey, don't even go there.
IT stuff.
IT, yeah.
Hey, it's always just good talking football. It's always good hearing some stories. And it's so interesting with both of you because I flip on the television. There's Doug Flutie on TV. There's Milt Stegall on TV doing endorsements. All these years later, you guys are still the faces of the franchise.
She'll like it too.
Yeah. What have you ever been presented with something that you're like, man, that's a bridge too far. I can't go there with an endorsement.
Yeah, there were a couple that I just, no, you're not going to do. There was some mattress commercial or something. They wanted me laying down on a mattress taking pictures. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that.
With your underwear on or something?
No, under the cover. Normally, it's not like I'm doing I just, I'm like, really? We're going to do that? No, we're not doing that one.
The mattress was a bridge too far.
God bless it. It's just I'm 106 years old and still in demand to do some commercials. So
awesome.
What the heck? I'll take it.
Yeah. How about you?
You know what? My time in Canada, I've never been presented with anything that wasn't part of my brand. I don't know if people just knew that, I had boundaries and I wasn't going to go outside those boundaries regardless. There's a saying, I think, that goes, everyone has a price. Just be careful of when they offer you, when that company comes and offer you that price. But I was never put in that position. I was treated well. The good thing about, once I finally reached my peak was everything was free, baby.
Yes.
Free 99 is the best price out there, baby. So
free 99.
I'm still taking advantage of that. So
there's a free 99 buffet down the street.
That's it. And I mean, just being around you guys all this time, it just photos. Everybody wants to get a picture, an autograph, a conversation, etc. Any weird requests over the years?
God. I had a woman in Buffalo come up, ask me to sign her ankle. It was right above her ankle, and
I thought you were going to say something else.
I know. I knew you were thinking that, but I sign it, and she goes, "Oh, awesome! Now I got to go get it tattooed." She's going to go get it tattooed on her, I'm going to be out of here in another 2 years and not be. I played 3 years in Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to be retired and there's going to be some other hot shot by the name of Josh Allen in a couple of years. You might want to wait and get his tattoo on your. It just, people are so into their team, their NFL, whatever, that sometimes the fandom is a little over the top.
Any others?
Just signing body parts, things like that
Right.
was the dumbest thing I think. But no, nothing crazy. I'm trying to think of no stalker situation for me or anything like that. So I can't think of anything off the top of my head there. But
I have one.
I wasn't cute in the face and thin in the waist.
There you go.
It happened actually, and I wasn't in Canada. I was in the States, but there was a older lady who recognized me, who was Canadian, and she was, I won't say where I was in the States, she was in the States, and she was like, would you go out with my daughter?
Oh.
Yes, yeah. I was like, well, no, I'm married. She was like, that's okay. I just want you to go out with my daughter. I'm like, what? She asked me to go out with her daughter on a date. Even she reckoned like I said, she was a CFL fan. She won't say where she was from. I won't say any of that. I would just say that it was an older lady who asked me, and her daughter, I saw her daughter. She was like, my daughter's right over there. She was a decent looking young lady. I was like, well, I'm married. She was like, I know you're married. I just want you to go out with my daughter. I want Milt Stegall to go out with my daughter. I'm like,
her daughter needs a baby mama. Is that what's going on here? So we're gonna come after you.
Wild.
Just
Yeah.
One story coming over to Calgary. I had won a league MVP, whatever, and Calgary got to the Grey Cup but lost. And the owner wanted me so they signed me in Calgary. Now Danny Barrett was very popular in Calgary, and Danny left and he went over to British Columbia. And one of the first media things I did, I'm standing around, there's some people around, an older woman too, comes over and just walks up and slaps me in the face. Just she must have been 65, 70 years old, and just smacks me, hits me, and walks away. And I found out later it was about Danny. You know, she loved Danny Barrett. Danny was
wasn't
very
his mother, was it?
No, but he was very religious, and he had this
exactly.
following of people that loved Danny. And you know,
He was about to take his position.
I'm taking his spot, I guess. We won a Grey Cup that year, though.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
that's the name of the game. You know, I was thinking about coming in here. You know, we're now on our phones and the internet. When
we have our phone.
When we have our phones, we don't.
When we
lose
don't
them.
leave them in Ubers and have to go into the roll 'em up neighborhood to knock on a door, potential drug deal going down, and get our phone back.
And just get our phone
Okay,
back.
so when we have our phones.
I was thinking about Johnny Randall, now a Hall of Famer,
Okay.
defensive tackle. He would go into media guides and he would read up on all his opponents. And then he would start trash talking.
Based on stuff.
Based on stuff.
Using personal information.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
Milt, you
too
better
much-
watch out.
that's too
Darlene's
much
right there in the
effort.
third
Yep.
row.
Yep.
How do you know
Like,
what
how do you know that?
How do you know what's going on?
Yeah.
And
That's a lot of effort.
I'm wondering what's some of the trash talk you guys have heard over that may have like still resonated, that may have just rattled you. Who is out there just like how much of an impact can that make on what you're doing?
I don't think it impacted anything what I was doing. I don't remember specific trash talking.
No.
There's a lot that went on with the O-line, D-lineman though,
Sure.
up front. That you could hear it when I'm calling the cadence. You could hear stuff going on.
What'd you hear?
It's just that type of stuff, talking about your girlfriend, your mother, your this or that, and actual factual information. I don't remember specifics of that. But what I do, the only thing I ever remember that it was a personal thing was I ran a quarterback sneak or something, and one of the players on the other team, who I knew was a steroid guy, he got his hand up under my face mask and is like digging his claws into my face. And I'm shaking it off. You know, you're stuck, and you finally get out of there. And we go at it a little bit on the field. And so afterwards, someone asked me what the altercation was about. I said, "Well, he just had a little roid rage under the pile or whatever."
Ooh.
I wound up getting sued.
You got sued.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, he was gonna say he's like we talked about some other situations that go on around the world. He threatens to sue and settles out. I think I gave him $2,000. That's, I go, here's $2,000 for your next round of roids. Go ahead. But
that's all he needed.
I didn't want to get on a plane, have to go to court, and have to
Go through all that.
Right?
Yeah,
So
just settle outside of court.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
there were little things like that. I don't remember actually a lot of trash talk in my situation. I was too busy because as soon as the play ends, you got a radio in your helmet
For the
and
next
you're hearing
play.
your play and
Yeah.
that. So I didn't have a chance to trash talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
CFL I did.
Yeah.
CFL you have it.
I was a trash talker, but I was more of a friendly trash talker. I didn't want the guys to get mad at me, but I would say stuff like, I hope you have a good game. This is probably your last game. After the game, they're going to be asking you, do you want an owl or a window because this is your last game because I'm going to eat you up. You're going to know my last name better than anyone else because that's all you're going to see. So just friendly thing like that. But
or tell them how pretty you are.
Oh, they already knew that. That was
Okay.
a given. So, but there was a game my rookie year with the Bengals where there was some personal trash talk. Rod Woodson, you know who Rod Woodson is, of course,
sure.
The Hall of Famer. And there was another rookie, Carl Pickens, who came in with me, and he said something about Rod's wife. I don't know exactly what he said, but Rod literally, they had to hold him back. He wanted to destroy him.
Really?
I don't know exactly what Carl said, but he wanted to destroy him. It was personal. It wasn't football related. It was something personal, and they literally had to hold him back. It wasn't one of them holding backs where you better not let me go. They was like they had to hold him back because he was trying to get at Carl. So,
I had one personal thing go, and I mentioned the story to you before. there was one DB in the CFL that was like a cheap shot guy that I did not like.
Mhm.
Now he took shot. He had injured one of our receivers at one time, and just if he had a chance to take it, he always took the cheap shot. And we're getting beat. I had a bad day, threw a few interceptions, whatever. And we're going to lose the game. And I throw a ball, it glances off up in there, and he intercepts it. And he's going down the sideline. And I'm a quarterback, but I'm all out. I am going to blow him up in the side. I'm going to hit. I've never hit anybody. I'm going to drill this guy in the sideline. I'm full speed. He's full speed. He steps out of bounds on me. Who the hell steps out of bounds on a quarterback? Are you kidding me? So screw it. I didn't stop. I kept going. Grabbed him by the face mask, spun him, and threw him into the bench on the sideline. Fight breaks out, 15-yard. It was worth it. That's still one of my favorite moments. Yeah.
It didn't impact the game.
No,
right?
we lost anyway. We were losing that. We got him later. We beat him later.
I love it. I love it. So, like, you think about how some of these rivalries go. What is it about a rivalry game that really gets your juices pumping? Like, when do you start thinking about that game, whatever it may be?
The reason a rivalry happens is because of close proximity.
Yep. That's
You
it.
know each other well. You know this team. You know the guys and all that. And that's how rivalries get started. Then it becomes the most relevant game of the year.
Right.
So now you're eyeing it early on. A perfect example in Canada is Calgary would play Edmonton back to back within 3-4 days of each other at our place, their place. It was
3-hour drive.
right,
Up
and
the road.
whoever won that game was going to win the division, whatever. So you're eyeing that. You know those are big. So you're thinking about them early in the year. And we played Edmonton in a preseason game, my first year in Calgary, and I knew this is a big rivalry. I was supposed to play like a series or two and get out, right? Preseason. I played the entire game and the overtime because I wanted to beat Edmonton in that game and start my career in Calgary, correct? Right. So I was thinking about it in preseason for a game that's going to happen Labor Day.
Well, for me, when I started with the Bengals, I knew Cleveland was our big, rival team, but I didn't understand how big it was. And I remember we first played them. It was early in the season, and I'm returning the kickoff. I mean, it was later in the season. I'm returning the kickoff. So, it's cold and snowy outside. And next thing I see, they're throwing snowballs at me from the dog pound. It was, and this was when they were in that the old stadium was horrible. It was lousy. It was worse than Riverfront Stadium where the Bengals played. They're throwing snowballs. I look back and they're just throwing more snowballs, and I was like, okay, this is a rivalry right here. This is something special. Of course, in the CFL it was Winnipeg and Saskatchewan, the Labor Day Classic. There was nothing like that, but I got to experience that Cincinnati-Cleveland rivalry, and it was something crazy. It was something crazy.
See, the key is you win them over early. This is what I do. San Diego versus the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
Raider fans, they're crazies with the spikes and the this and
hole.
the that, and it's a little bit of a rivalry out so I'm like, you know what? I'm out on the field messing around early, hour and a half before kickoff, whatever, in not street clothes, but shorts, messing around, throwing the ball at the goalpost, kicking my field goals, being a kid. And these guys are MFing me from the stands over here, right? With their spikes out of their pads and yelling, I'm going to win them over. I walk over. Hey, guys, how's it going? Da-da-da. Throw a few balls to them. They catch.
Soften them up.
Soften them up. Sign a couple autographs. We take some pictures together. Hey, great. Okay, yeah. I walk back towards the field 5 yards away. Fuck. That didn't work.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Can't win them over in Raider Nation.
Not in Oakland.
Yeah. So what leads to it? What leads to the temperature kind of rising? When do you circle that game on the calendar? What is it about those rivalry games? The fans are part of it, of course. But then what else when you're between the white lines?
Well, first of all, the media hypes it up.
Yeah.
That's what gives it all the energy. They're just throwing gas on the fire, hyping it up, blah, blah, blah. But then when you get between the lines, you understand that this is not only for bragging rights, for the teams, it's for the fans. They look forward to this. They want to be able to say, we beat our rivalry. That's big. Even if you lost every other game of the season, if you beat this team, look at Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan coaches have kept their jobs because they beat Ohio State, even though they lost every other majority of the games. That's what it's all about.
Ohio State won the national championship, and still Ryan Day was under fire for
because
losing
he lost
Michigan.
Right. Yes. That's what it's about, beating your rivalry team.
By the way, when we got here, we were in Vegas, by the way. We're in Vegas. When we got here, he was wearing a hat, wasn't he?
New York Yankees, baby.
Yeah.
New York Yankees, baby.
Red
And we
Sox,
got Red
4
Sox.
straight,
New York
down
Yankees,
3-0,
baby.
came back. We still live for that.
How many
That
World
still
Series do you
lives.
guys have?
It still
How
lives.
many
When was the
World-
last time you won a World Series?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's go. Continue.
Okay.
We got a little rivalry going on here. I like it.
Big Poppy. Pedro, who's your daddy? So I still say to Kevin Millar, biggest walk in history, best time. Thank God you didn't swing the bat. Take the base. Dave Roberts, steal second, ground ball, base hit, game time. Here we go.
Boston won't even make the playoffs this year, but let's continue.
Let's continue.
By the way, they're winning right now.
Favorite rivalry you've ever been part of?
Favorite rivalry? Let's go. Jeez. I don't know.
As a fan.
I was a fan of the Red Sox Yankees by far. Living and dying with those games. And we still remember the night I think it was like with 2 outs in the ninth, the Sox scored 7 or 8 runs with 2 outs in the ninth. If you watch the is it Boston Pride, Red Sox Pride, whatever it was, Jimmy Fallon movie.
Yes.
It was the game he misses in the
Fever
movie.
pitch.
Fever pitch. It was the game he missed in the movie and found out about later.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean that as a kid, I remember as a kid, Bucky Dent hitting the home run and the 1-game playoff. And, Yaz pops up the third is the final out of the game, and all that stuff. And that is still the biggest rivalry in sports to me.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's definitely what I experienced in Canada with Winnipeg and Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to experience the one, of course, with my hometown team, the Bengals and the Browns, but for 14 years, the Labor Day Classic in Saskatchewan was like nothing else. And I always tell people I don't miss playing football. I played, professionally for 17 years total, 35, 36 years. But I miss that atmosphere of that Labor Day Classic in Saskatchewan, in Regina. There's nothing else like it. Everyone comes out. Everyone travels from Winnipeg. The fans, they party, 2 or 3 days in a row. And one quick story about that. The Labor Day Classic, I played it for 14 years, but in 2002, we had to, after that year, we had to stay in Moose Jaw because the night before the game, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, the fans came knocking on our doors, woke us up. We got crushed in the game, and next thing you know, we're staying in Moose Jaw because we couldn't stay in Regina. So Moose Jaw, exactly.
Yes.
There's nothing like that Labor Day Classic. Nothing like it.
But this may be edited out.
There is no editing.
We played back to back with Edmonton. And that was my biggest rivalry.
Right.
So I'm in Calgary. We played in Calgary. We drive up to Red Deer. This is beautiful. Talking about Moose Jaw, Red Deer, all these, right? It's beautiful. So we spend 2 or 3 days in Red Deer, and then we go on to play. So the rumor, all the young kids are out on the town all night long and doing
Red Deer.
In Red Deer.
Where were they? At the
not out
Walmart
on
or
the town.
something?
They were out. Let's
They
put
were
it that
out.
way. So the rumor was that they were going to have a hell of a high school football team in about 18 years. in Red Deer.
Right.
They left some stuff in Red Deer. Is what you're saying. I don't know if they're going to edit that. What are we doing here? People?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
I love the small town thing about the CFL. The Red Deer, the Moose Jaw, wherever. I just in that I was a part of so much of that.
Yeah.
It was fun. Boy, I enjoyed those days.
What about in college?
College for rivalry?
Yeah.
Boston College Holy Cross was a huge rivalry and was for years. But at the time I had gotten there, we were going in different directions. BC, we became a Division I power. Holy Cross went down to 1AA and was starting to. They ended up, not having football anymore.
Gordy Logbomb, huh?
Gordy was playing. Now we almost lost. I'm telling you, my freshman year, we had to go the length of the field in the last minute to score to take the lead, and they turned around. They were on the 4-yard line with the guy wide open in the end zone, and the quarterback threw it over his head, incomplete, and we could have lost the Holy Cross.
For those who don't know, look up who Gordy Logbomb is.
Gordy was a 2-way player for Holy Cross,
Heisman Trophy candidate.
Finalist. Gordy was a heck of. In fact, Gordy's son played in the Little League World Series and was like the superstar of the team and had a hell of a
wow,
Williamsport experience there. So Gordy's, I bumped into, well, I haven't bumped into Gordy in quite a while, but I used to bump into him when I was in Boston all the time.
Yeah. Studio sessions, Flutie versus Stegall. I want to wrap with this. Talk about rivalries. Super Bowl 60.
I don't know the numbers.
60, yeah. Seattle, New England. Just
Okay.
wrapped up.
All right.
On the field in Santa Clara on the NBC pregame show, Kyle Shanahan's joining as a guest, and they're giving the predictions. And Kyle couldn't even stomach predicting Seattle. He knew the Seahawks were going to win. And it's amazing to me that even at that level, you know, as you know, it's a business and everybody knows it. It just irked him to no end to say it, and I'm like,
yeah, it's tough.
It still
Tough.
matters to these guys.
You
Without
don't-
a
you don't
doubt,
wanna
with all the time and effort you put into it, and now you see somebody you hate on the verge of greatness, that's tough. That's tough. That's like you fall in love with somebody and saying, this is a girl I'm going to marry, and then you going to her wedding and seeing her marry one of your best friends or something. That's what it's like almost. It's tough. It's tough. That didn't happen to me personally. That didn't happen to me personally.
Seattle, New England, right?
Seattle, New England.
Let's go back to the happy Super Bowl where the interception at the goal line.
Yes.
I'm working for NBC.
Yes.
I'm done with all my stuff by halftime, so now I'm just watching the game. So I go back out, I change my clothes, come out, I'm in like jeans or whatever, and I'm on the sideline, and they're like, Doug, I know you're working for NBC, but you don't have a credential to be on the sideline. We're gonna have to ask you to leave the field. So I go, all right. I go back, I put my suit back on, and I walk back out to the sideline. Now I got clearance. Put my suit back on, and I'm under the goalpost.
You are.
When right there in the end zone, when
interception
Butler
happens, huh?
picks the ball off and goes. And the fun part was the Patriots are trying to run the clock out.
Yes.
And Tom gets him like, it's a questionable whether they're going to take a safety here. What's
He was on the goal line.
and he gets him to jump off sides to get the 5-yard cut. You know now the game's over. The fight breaks out.
Yes.
And Gronk's got somebody in a headlock and swing. I mean, I'm almost getting hit by the goalpost now because the fight came back into the back of the end zone, and I go back and I look for the video of it and see me standing up against the wall and by the goal. I was right by the goalpost, and so I was like in the middle of it without a credential because I put a suit on.
Moral of the story is always rock the suit.
Rock the
Always
suit,
rock
I guess.
Super
Dress the
Bowl.
part. Dress the part, and you can get anywhere.
Flutie versus Stegall, the studio sessions. We are powered by Ozune. We'll be telling stories throughout. We'll see you for the next show.
Flutie versus Stegall.